Today, I would like to give you this kind of calm session, getting out of your ego, making things for you and your ego kind of more simple. Cause the ego can be a very nasty fellow. It always comes up with these ideas in your head. It goes into the kind of past, and if it can't kind of find in the present moment anything to agonize with, it always takes it from the past or future. And the way to get out of the past and future thinking is maybe just to breathe, just to stay present and conscious in your body. Kind of leave the thinking where it is needed, and when you don't need it, don't do it. It's kind of so simple, but for many of us, the thinking brain is kind of overactive. It's like a muscle we have trained all our life to solve puzzles and to always do stuff. But in the end, kind of we don't need to think so much. We actually need to think maybe just 5% of the things we really do think. Because when we are doing stuff, we don't need to think all the time. We can just let the brain relax and let the body do the chores or whatever we have to do. Kind of the thing with the ego is, it's kind of the way I the way I talk about the ego is that I mean you identifying with your thoughts or feelings. You get a feeling, anger, stress, something like that, even happiness. And then come the thoughts that relate to that feeling. You have the feeling of anger in your body, and then your thoughts say, I'm so angry because he did this, and now I need to do this, and that's kind of you putting the I to your thoughts. It's like you becoming your thoughts, and you are much more than your thoughts. The thoughts are just, like I said, one muscle, one kind of it's kind of an extra arm that can do stuff for you mentally. It can solve those puzzles, but it can't bring you joy or peace. That's not in your thoughts' capabilities. So the thoughts are very, very useful. I'm not saying that there's something you should avoid, but becoming one with your thoughts and kind of dismissing the rest of your body is kind of equally insane. That you would kind of pick out your left arm and decide, this is real me, this is the real me, and this right arm, this is not so much real me. This left arm, this is the limb that now is in control, and everything this left arm wants to do is me and is the truth. Like really your thoughts should be just one tiny little part of your being, of your body, of your physical being, and they should serve you, not like torture you or make you bored. Kind of one like very typical aspect of your ego is that it makes you bored. It always kind of says that there should be more. There should be some next. There should be some next thing, and it's never satisfied, of course, because the thoughts can't find relaxation. The relaxation comes always from somewhere deeper. It's those tiny tiny or huge moments when you connect with the world, like truly connect with the world and yourself, the deeper self. It's that warmness, that love that makes your body and mind also relax, because your mind is a part of your body. Don't forget that. It's not a demon. It's not something. It's not your enemy. It's just part of your body, and sometimes the parts of our body can get kind of sick, or they can be unhealthy. For example, if your legs don't work, if your legs don't work like they should, the right response is not to hate those legs. You won't start like bashing them and I wish I didn't have any legs. I hate my legs. That's not the right response. The right response is to give love to your legs. Be more connected with your legs. So the same, and that starts the healing process also. And the same thing with your mind and your thoughts. If the thoughts are agonizing you or doing bad for you, making you restless, then the right response is giving love to your thoughts, because in a way your thoughts are like a baby, like a kind of ignorant baby that thinks very much of itself and is always hungry for the next next thing. And you should just let those thoughts be what they are, and they can't kind of help themselves at times. So give kind of love to your thinking brain. Let the thoughts just flow around if they want to do so. Because at some stage of your kind of personal evolution, you are not capable of just being without thinking. That could be that could take a little practice, because again, the thoughts are like a muscle. You won't get like huge arm muscles without a little bit training. So same thing with your thoughts. If you want to control your thoughts, like in a way to make them stop, just get the silence in your head. It requires not doing stuff, but it requires training in being in the moment. You have to. The first stage, you won't probably manage to be in the silence for very long, but but there will come a time when you can be very long times even in the state of silence. The first thing, however, is just letting your thoughts do what they do. Just go in different directions and be a little bit chaotic, and you can find a kind of inner smile to your thoughts. Smile at your ego. If you're battling against your ego, it will fight back, and that fight will never end. It will continue until the time ends. and yeah, don't fight back. Let the ego just be there. And when you let it be, when you give it love, when you love kind of the uglier versions of your physical self, then those uglier parts of you will just slowly start to kind of melt away. They'll melt. They're going to melt away in the warmness of your love. Yeah, it's always better to kind of tickle your problems with a feather than punch them with a fist. Never fight, always love. That's my advice for you. And for myself, I have kind of, for example, in these last 2 weeks, I have been battling against my artist ego that is, of course, like pumped up of this YouTube project I'm having now. And in the middle of the night when I should sleep, my ego starts to get these ideas, and my body just wants to sleep, but the ego kind of, this is so important, we have to figure out this now. And at first I battled against it. I was kind of trying to fight myself into calmness, trying to fight myself into being, into kind of relaxing my body. But when the kind of pain of the ego growed enough big, I kind of became conscious of what's it doing, and just started to breathe and came back into my body. These days I always get sleep when I just go into my body and realize that the thinking brain it's doing stuff that's not important at all. So I'll just let it do stuff. And then the thinking subsides. It kind of gets quieter and quieter until I'm in silence, and then I get sleep. My body rests. I'm doing this session now in the morning. My assistant will come to work, I think in 10 minutes or so. So I will have to stop. But I think the next sessions will be kind of these things related to the ego. Also, I will go a little bit deeper in my how I have came aware of my own ego, and it's a kind of interesting story. It relates to also the way I lost my eyesight when I was a teenager, So I guess in the next recording I will a little bit tell you a story of my own ego. The story of my ego becoming blind. Yes. Because also, yeah, okay, I won't go into any more details right now. I'll just say goodbye and hope to be with you guys very soon. Bye bye.